Flagwave Studios, a Pat's Rocklight Productions presents Byconan Philosophies and Theories. Warning: some of these theories may not be fact-checked, or may be based on science fiction, unless otherwise posted, so some episodes may contain science and facts and total truths. Some may be made up, so viewer discretion is advised.
Byconan Philosophies and Theories, Season 1, Episode 3, Part 4, A True Democracy. This series may be in several parts.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Byconan Philosophies and Theories. Season 1, Episode 3, Part 4. We're going to start where we left off yesterday. Quadrant. The nation will be divided into 4 quadrants that are equal or close to a population. There are 4 government offices at this level of government, elected every 4 years, only allowed 2 terms. Alright. We're going to post an example here. The nation is divided into 4 quadrants, based on population. These quadrants are close to equal, might be off by 2,000 to 10,000 or whatever have you. People in the nation. Below represents the nation divided into quadrants. We're going to post picture. The way it works is that the states are joined into things that we call quadrants, or the idea that I had called quadrants. The quadrants are basically just a unification of all the states into one singular kind of like territory state or something like that. That's before the national level. So all the states join together, and then they go to the quadrant level. The quadrant also has its own government. It has its own set of, constitution or rules, and it also has its own flag. We're going to post this flag right here. Now, these flags represent the different ways that we could have it. There's different ways. You divided the nation up into 4 sections. The first example that I'll show you is basically alpha, beta, delta, gamma. That's the Greek letters. I'm kind of based it off a little bit off of Star Trek. That was my theory, divided into the 4 quadrants. Or you can simply go northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. Or you can simply divide it this way, which then would be north, south, east, west. The nation would divide it equally into 4 parts, and then it would be divided to represent each part of what part of the nation would be part of. So, some states that consider themselves to be in the South might not be in the South. They might be part of the East quadrant. Okay. So the quadrant Diamond Senate is all the states within that quadrant. So quadrant Alpha, quadrant Alpha, or A, or Northeast, or whatever have you, may have, for example, 6 states. Or quadrant D, or Delta, or the southeast quadrant, may have 15 states. So at the national level, if 3 of the 4 quadrants pass a law, then the nation as a whole passes that law because of majority. But if needed just pass at that quadrant level, then majority of states that want the law applies. Delta quadrant has 10 states. Want the law, so majority rules. If let's say if the delta quadrant here, for example, said, and they have 15 states, and they say, they overrule all the other states, then then it is picked, then it is chosen, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything. One quadrant could have, like 8 states, one quadrant could have 5 states, one quadrant could have probably 5 states. One quadrant could have 8 states, one quadrant could have 13 states, and one quadrant could have could have 15 states. That way it ain't gonna matter. If that state's like, I got 15 states, I got, most of the population, then it automatically passes. It doesn't work that way. Excuse me. Excuse me again. It has to be the majority of the quadrants. One quadrant alone cannot pass the law. Also, it said that it passes at a national level. Actually, it doesn't. There is actually one more level above this one, and it's called the nation. Now, 13 people will be picked at random from each of the quadrants to go to the national level. Now, the national level is going to be separate from the quadrant level. This is the level for the actual physical government to actually hear the people. The people that are in this, in this national thing will represent that. See, all the quadrants are all the states that go for that quadrant that they are under that control of whatever quadrant they are for. Then the quadrant must have to go to the national level and go on. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay. Number 1 is quadrant leader. Leader over some states within the quadrant. Number 2, assistant quadrant leader, or AQL. Make sure that the quadrant is listening to the majority of the states in the quadrant. Number 3, quadrant attorney general, or QAG. Emergency and military leader for the quadrant. Number 4, quadrant messenger. Controls all media within the quadrant. Gives the truth to the media to give the people, and only the truth. If it does not give the people, then it can be overthrown by other government offices at each level or by the people. Okay, we're going to post the Quadrant Diamond Senate. We probably already have, I'm not entirely sure. Quadrant Diamond Senate. All people that have been selected, usually 13 from each state, will join to tell the quadrant level of government what the majority of the quadrant wants. Okay. This is the next to final Diamond Senate until National or Main Diamond Senate. And government, sorry. And this is the final government till the next level. I'm trying to...
Sorry, we experienced some technical difficulties, but we are going to end it for today. Join us next week for our next episode, The Nation. And always, together we can change humankind and improve ourselves. Please like, questions, comments below. Thank you.